Fear. It's that feeling that freezes us, keeps us awake at night, makes us question our abilities, our purpose, and sometimes our very existence. But what if I told you that fear is not the enemy? What if the key to greatness lies in confronting the very thing we run from? Mike Tyson, one of the most feared fighters in history, knows this better than anyone. But behind the heavyweight belts, behind the knockouts, lies a man who was terrified. A man who was afraid. And yet, through fear, he became unstoppable. Mike Tyson. Fear is like fire. If you can control it, it'll cook for you, it'll heat your house. But if you let it get out of control, it'll destroy you and everything around you. He didn't become Iron Mike by running from his fear. Tyson didn't just fight opponents in the ring, he fought fear itself. And in that battle, he learned one truth. The secret to conquering fear is to face it head-on every single day. Born into poverty, Tyson's early life was one of survival. But his greatest opponent wasn't the streets or his rivals. His greatest opponent was fear. From the fear of rejection, to the fear of failure, and the fear of not being good enough, Tyson had to grapple with these demons long before stepping into the ring. Tyson. I was so scared of losing, so scared of looking bad. I never wanted to feel fear, but then I realized it's normal. Fear became Tyson's constant companion. But instead of letting it paralyze him, he learned how to harness it, to use it as fuel, to let it push him beyond his limits. He trained his mind to see fear not as something to avoid, but as something to embrace. Every successful person you've ever admired, every hero you've ever looked up to, they all felt fear. But what separates the average from the extraordinary is how they respond to it. Tyson reminds us that fear is not a weakness, it's an opportunity. Tyson, you have to challenge fear. Fear is your best friend or your worst enemy. It's up to you. When you're afraid, your senses are heightened. You're more alert, more alive. Fear has the power to sharpen your focus, to make you stronger if you allow it. But the key is, you must never let fear control you. Now you might be wondering, how do I conquer my fear? Tyson's advice is simple yet profound. Face it. Don't run. Don't hide. Confront it. Tyson, I had to tell myself I'm going to get knocked out and that's okay. Once I accepted that fear, I became a different person. I wasn't scared of it anymore. When we face our fears, we take away their power. Tyson learned that the more he stepped into the ring, the less fear controlled him. He understood that courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is doing what needs to be done despite the fear. Beyond the physical training, Tyson's transformation was rooted in mental conditioning. He didn't just prepare his body, he prepared his mind. Tyson. My trainer Cus D'Amato told me, the hero and the coward both feel the same fear, but it's what the hero does that makes the difference. It's about training your mind to embrace discomfort, to walk toward the challenge rather than away from it. Tyson's secret wasn't in avoiding fear, it was in making fear his ally. What about you? What fears are holding you back? Is it the fear of failure? The fear of rejection? Maybe it's the fear of change or the fear of not being good enough. Whatever it is, know this. You are capable of more than you believe. And just like Tyson, you can conquer anything. Tyson. I'm not afraid of anything now. I've been through it all. I've faced the worst things that could happen to me, and I'm still here. The lesson? Fear is temporary, but regret, that's forever. Don't let fear rob you of your dreams, your potential, your life. Stand tall, face it head on, and realize that on the other side of fear is greatness. Mike Tyson's journey shows us that fear is not something to be ashamed of. It's something to conquer. Use it, harness it, let it fuel your fire and become the person you were always meant to be. Remember, fear is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Tyson, when you face fear, you see it for what it truly is. An illusion. And once you conquer it, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. So the next time you feel fear creeping in, don't run. Stand your ground, face it, and conquer it like a champion. Thank you for watching. If this video inspired you to conquer your own fears, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more motivational content. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it today.